In this video, a side-by-side comparison of the top 5 crypto exchanges, including their trading fees, their fiat currency on and off ramps, and all of the other features, plus just some of my experience here having used all of these platforms extensively. I will tell you which ones are the best for your specific use case. Timestamps for everything down in the description below. Before using any crypto exchange, we can check a rating site like DeFi Llama to see how big the exchange is and if they have proof of reserves. Proof of reserves is cryptographic proof that the exchange holds client assets in their wallets. And so we can see Binance is number 1 and they hold $72 billion worth of clean assets. If you want to dig deeper into any exchange, you can click on these links and you can go down and see what assets they hold, how much of them, and then the inflows and outflows of all of those assets over time. So it's a great piece of information and totally free to have a look at to compare all of the exchanges. As you can see, the top exchanges right here, these are going to be listed and we'll compare them in this video. The most important thing about choosing a crypto exchange for us is how much do they charge us? It's completely free to have a crypto trading account. These exchanges only charge us when we trade. And so they'll charge us a % of the volume that we trade. So we can easily compare them between all of these exchanges. Now, what you'll get with these exchanges as well is deposit bonuses or sign-up bonuses if you're new. I'll leave all of those details linked down in the description. You can see everything down there. So you can go on and see if you deposit or trade, you might be able to get a bonus. It's not available for every country, so you'll just have to check the links if that is available for you. Now, from here as well, with trading fees, there are many different VIP levels and other types of discounts which can get a bit complex. So what you can do is just go onto the exchange and they will have a rate card and you can see all of this. So you can see the VIP levels and everything like that. Again, you'll find that via the links down in the description. What you can also do is just simply pause right here and see some of the comparisons that I have. But I'll go through that very quickly to show you. Essentially what happens is you get a trading fee and then potential discounts from that based on how much volume that you trade or the amount of assets you have on the platform. So let's start at what most people will be paying, which is level 1 or the initial level. You'll be paying around 0.1%. So in terms of who is the cheapest at this level, it's actually OKX at 0.08% of your traded volume. Now, what you can also do is get discounts for trading volumes or some other specific things per exchange. So what we can see is that on Bybit and BitGet, if you have these amounts on the platform, they actually bump you up to level 2 and you get cheaper trading fees. You can see how the trading fees actually get cheaper when you go into these VIP levels. So it's up to the individual whether they actually want to put that much on an exchange, or most of us probably don't, and so we'll just stick to this level of 0.1%. Now, Coinbase, as you can see, is just way more expensive than all of the other exchanges. They always are with this type of thing. So I've put it there as an example because Coinbase is a trustworthy exchange, in my opinion, and is available in most countries, but certainly they are not the cheapest with trading fees. So OKX are great at this level. Now, as you can see for extras, what some exchanges do is give you discounts for certain things. So on Binance, if you pay with BNB, so you're actually paying trading fees, not in any of the currencies that you're trading, but you go ahead, you buy some BNB coin, and that is Binance's coin, and they will give you a 25% discount for paying trading fees in BNB. So you can buy like $10 worth of BNB coin, and then you get a 25% discount on your fees. You can see that right here on Binance, the BNB 25% off. It actually takes it down to 0.075% that you're paying with your trading fees. And so that makes it basically the cheapest one if you want to do that. Now, BNB is a risk asset and it can go up in value, it can go down in value, and it may go down in value more than 25%. Or if it even goes down 10% in value, then you're not getting as big a discount. So again, that's up to the individual whether they want to do that. Coinbase and Bybit don't do this. OKX give you some discounts if you have 100 OKB on the account. So 100 OKB as of making this video is around $5,000. So if you have that, you can get these discounts. Now for BitGet, they have their token BGB, and you can get a 20% discount there if you pay fees in that, and that takes the fee down to 0.08%. So you can see they're very, very competitive, and depending on what you want to do, you can get some discounts. But this is extremely cheap. Trading crypto on these exchanges is very, very low cost compared to most other types of exchange. As you can see on this table as well, there is actually a spread between the fees. So for example, on Coinbase, it's 0.4 to 0.6%. On OKX, it's 0.08 to 0.1%. Why is there a difference there? Well, that is known as maker versus taker fees. And so depending on what you are, you may get either the cheaper or the slightly more expensive fee. Now, for most of these exchanges, you can see it's exactly the same, so you don't have to worry about it. If you trade crypto and you use limit orders and you put your orders onto the order book and show them, you are a maker of liquidity. If you just use market orders, which is a much simpler way to trade, or you just use the convert features, which are very simple, you are taking other people's orders off the book, and you are what's known as a taker. Now, makers, because they make liquidity on the exchanges, that's desirable, and so sometimes you get cheaper fees for doing that. If you take other people's orders off the book, that's not so desirable for the exchanges, and so you may pay a slightly higher fee. You can see Coinbase and OKX do this right here. The others in the spot market don't bother and just give you a flat rate, whether you're a maker or a taker. I have full tutorial videos for all of these exchanges if you want to know how to open an account, how to trade, how to get fiat currency on and off. And so I'll leave those videos linked down in the description as well. But from here, we're going to look at the fiat currency on and off ramps, which is obviously really important to get money in and out of these platforms. Now, again, depending on which country that you're in, this is going to be wildly different. In some countries, it's really easy. You can just send in a bank transfer and 20 minutes later, you'll have the assets in your account. In other countries, it's a little bit more difficult. Some of the banks don't play with the crypto exchanges. You might have to use fintech applications like Revolut or Zen or something like that. So that's going to be up to you and the country that you live in. However, there is a range of options for most crypto exchanges. So the first one is to simply use a card to pay for crypto directly. They all accept this, but the fees are very different. For Binance, they try and keep it around 1%, but sometimes it's a little bit more expensive. For Bybit, you can see, and the others, you'll be paying around 2 to 3%. Coinbase, again, is extremely expensive here for using a card, so I would not recommend that for Coinbase. 4% is just outrageous. With cards, it's very simple. What you can do is just go to the buy crypto feature in a lot of the exchanges. So buy crypto here, and then put in a fiat currency that you want to pay with from your card and put in the amount of the crypto that you want to receive. And, it's going to do that for you. Now, when you do this, the fees are very high. You're paying a couple of % for the card processing, and you're paying a exchange rate that also isn't going to be very competitive. So it's the most expensive way to do this, but it is very convenient. So you just add a card. You'll need KYC. That is, your ID registered with the exchange, and they'll let you go ahead and do that. So that's how it works on Binance. You can see it's very similar for Bybit as well. You simply put an amount in, and then you look for the supported fiat currencies. Now, again, fiat currency support is going to be different depending on which country that you're in. So as you can see here on Bybit, you'll just have a list of supported currencies. USD is mostly not supported for most of these exchanges now if they operate outside of the US. Obviously, Coinbase is much better in that regard, which is why I chose this one. So in terms of banks, as you can see, around 35 currencies for Binance, 20 for Bybit. On OKX, they do peer-to-peer. Now, in your country, they may have banking options. Again, it's just going to be dependent on where you live. For BitGet, they have Euro, Brazilian, and Turkish currencies, as you can see here, with very, very low fees. For Coinbase, they have very, very good banking support generally. For banks, you should be paying a very, very small fee or no fee whatsoever to deposit onto the exchange. There may be a small fee that you get, but usually this is much, much cheaper than using a card, and so this would be recommended. The other way of doing things is to use a payment processor like a fintech application, so Zen or Advanced Cash or ADV Cash or one of the others. And if they are supported, you can essentially get your fiat currency into there, switch it into a currency that's supported on the exchange, and then send it into the exchange. What they're going to do is just ask for some of those details. So as you can see, you can choose them as a payment option. So depending on the currency, you're going to have different options here. So you can choose the one that you can use. And then what it will do is just go and give you some information where you have to send. So what I would always recommend is doing a test transaction first, where you put some money in and check that the rails are working. And once you're comfortable, then going and putting, the amount that you want to trade with. As you can see here as well, a lot of the exchanges have P2P markets, which is peer-to-peer. This is where they meet, payment processors and yourself. So you can actually send a payment to a payment processor and essentially buy the crypto, and that will get sent directly into your account. So the crypto exchanges here are acting more like escrow agents, where they have your details and they have the other traders' details who, works with the exchange. They're a separate entity, but they're, becoming a P2P processor. And then you can send the money within your country and they'll release the crypto. And all of that is held in escrow at the exchange. So there's many different options here. You can see that for OKX, they believe in where I live, that P2P Express will be the cheapest. A bank transfer is going to get me the most crypto. Because what you want to do is get the best exchange rate and the lowest fees. And that would usually be a bank transfer. So you can do that directly with the exchange, or P2P may be an option for your exchange as well, where you do that and the crypto gets sent to your exchange. In terms of withdrawals, that's going to be card or bank again through the same processes. For Coinbase, they actually accept PayPal withdrawals only. So if you want to cash out into fiat currency and take it out, you can use PayPal, card or bank. So you have to do your KYC at the exchanges, that is your ID card so they know who you are, and then use one of these options. If you want to deposit crypto into these exchanges, that's completely free. What many people do is find that a certain app or company is actually a really good on-ramp in their country where they can easily send in fiat currency and turn it into crypto. But those on-ramps tend to be a little bit higher fee. And so what they do is take that crypto from the good on-ramp and send it out via a crypto network into these more professional exchanges. And so doing that, of course, when you're using a blockchain network, that costs a little bit of money. So what we're going to look at is what are the deposit and withdrawal options on these exchanges. Like I said, depositing to a crypto exchange is completely free. But when you want to withdraw from one, you have to pay a blockchain fee. All we need to know is, are any of these exchanges ripping us off and charging us way more than everyone else? And the answer mostly is no. So for Bitcoin, as an example, on the Bitcoin network, you can see the fees right here as of making this video. OKX and Coinbase are the cheapest, and then Bybit and BitGet are the most expensive for that specific network and that specific asset. Bitcoin's somewhere in the middle. They're not a crazy difference, but obviously if you're withdrawing smaller amounts, paying the difference between $10 or $20 may actually make a bit of a difference. You can also see here that Binance and OKX actually support the Lightning network on Bitcoin as well. Lightning is a layer 2 on Bitcoin for payments, and it's much cheaper, as you can see, and Binance and OKX support that and the others don't. As another example, Ethereum. Again, the Ethereum network is expensive, but we just have to check the difference between the exchanges to make sure we're not getting ripped off on any of them. Coinbase is cheap here as well. They're probably subsidizing that. The others are in a ballpark around $5 to $7. And you can see that they support many scaling chains as well. So instead of using Ethereum, many people use Arbitrum or Optimism, which are layer 2s on top of Ethereum. Similar sort of thing, but much cheaper. And so these are supported across all of these exchanges, and you're paying 20 to 30 cents. So they're all in a ballpark and no one's really ripping us off too much. For Tether, which is a stable coin, if you want to send that in and out of the exchanges, depositing to these exchanges completely free, withdrawing from, again, just a mix of different networks here. On Ethereum, it's more expensive, but on the scaling layers, Arbitrum, you're paying around 80 cents to $1. So they're all in the ballpark, and I think they're pretty much more or less the same, not getting ripped off. Now, of course, when using crypto exchanges, you want to know how many networks do the exchanges support? Because if you've got a on-ramp that you use and you can send USDT via Polygon or Solana, which are tend to be cheaper, you want to know that the crypto exchange here that you want to use accepts that asset on the network, so you can pay the cheapest fees. Also, withdrawing, you want to know that they actually support all of these networks, because if you want to withdraw to your own wallet or you want to use a blockchain, you of course need that blockchain supported. So as an example, withdrawing from OKX, just Bitcoin here, you can see the withdrawal networks. We've got Bitcoin and Lightning, as you can see here. We can also edit the assets that we can withdraw. So if we go to USDT and we'll click on chain and we'll go next, then we can select the withdrawal network. You can see many supported. So we've got Ethereum, Tron, Polygon, Solana, Avalanche, Arbitrum, Optimism. So as a brief overview, you can see I've got the network support here. For Binance and OKX is excellent. For BitGet and Bybit, I've put very good. And for Coinbase, it's just okay. They don't support many networks. The major networks are there, but some of the ones that you might want to use aren't supported. So you'll have to use the other exchanges for that. Now we'll compare these spot trading platforms on all of these exchanges. So Binance is really the industry leader. It is the largest exchange. It has the highest traded volume out of any of the other exchanges. And so they all tend to look very similar to Binance in terms of the layout and all of the features that we get. So of course, on a trading screen, we need to choose the assets that we want to trade. So there will be a box for that where you can just click and search for the typical asset that you want to buy, and then the amount of trading pairs. From there, you have the order book, which is the orders on the exchange and the actual market, and you can see that the price of the asset that you're trading. And then somewhere on the screen, there will be an area to input your orders. You can actually change layouts on most of these exchanges. So for right now, we have kind of the typical layout, which is the buy and sell buttons, as you can see here, which are separate. If you go up to some of the settings and styles, you can actually change this around. For example, the advanced feature, many people use this layout, which just moves the order book over here. And then the buy and sell is actually one button, and you can switch between them just by clicking here. Now for right here, you have the chart, and most of these exchanges will give you TradingView, which is free charting software, but it has more advanced features. It's a great feature just to have directly in the exchange that you're using. Right, so if we look at the layout for the other exchanges, we have Bybit here. Again, it's very similar. You have the search box, the chart, the order book, and then buy and sell right here for us. If we look at OKX, it's very similar still. You have a lot of options here in the spot market. So we have the exchange and we are trading, and we're in the spot market here. So you can actually search for that spot and then look at different assets that you want to trade. You can search them all right here. And then left, we have buy and sell. But again, like I said, you can change around the layouts. This is BitGet again, slightly different layout, but all of the information, we have the order book here, and then we have buy and sell that we can manipulate there. For Coinbase, it's a little bit different. They are the only one that don't give us TradingView in the platform, which is a slight disappointment, although Coinbase's options here are pretty much the same, but slightly worse than TradingView, unfortunately. For here as well, you can see we can change the time horizon on the chart. This is not as many different time horizons as you can get with the other exchanges. For some reason, I'm not really sure. On the right-hand side, you can see buy and sell right here. Now, the layouts are fine, but what we really want to know as a trader is what is the spread between buy and sell, and what's the order book depth and liquidity, and how many trading pairs can we trade? Because that's really what we're looking for in an exchange, right? We can click a buy and sell button, but what we need is how many trading pairs are there? Typically, Binance and OKX are very good in terms of the amount of trading pairs that they have. So you can see that Bitcoin here trades against USDT, USD, which is another stablecoin, TUSD, which is another stablecoin, Brazilian Real, Euros, Rubles, Turkish Lira, USDC, and a few other fiat currencies right here. There's a lot of trading pairs there that you can use, and it's going to be very useful for a lot of people. On other exchanges, you're not going to have as many trading pairs, and that's why Binance is, the market leader. Also, what we can see here is that the spread between buyer and seller is very, very low. It's actually 1 cent as a spread between buyer and seller. And what that means is that the spread is very, very low, which is good for us because the spread is a cost of trade. When you buy, and sell immediately, you get a slightly worse price, and that's known as a cost to the trader. So what you want to look out for is an exchange that has deep liquidity, a lot of volume and traders on the platform. And like I said, Binance is really the market leader. But if you're trading big pairs, you don't really have to worry about it too much, because on these exchanges, it's going to be pretty good no matter what, right? You can see there's a cent spread on Bybit as well. On OKX, the spread is a cent as well, right? So you just have to make sure that there's trading volume, deep liquidity on the exchanges. Binance, OKX, Bybit are the top in the industry, but you're not going to really face many issues with any of the exchanges because they have good volume. If you're trading smaller coins, you may find that liquidity dries up a little bit, and so you have to just check on the exchange what the liquidity is like. But these are the top 5 exchanges, so you shouldn't have an issue. If you are a more active trader, all of these platforms do support crypto futures trading, even Coinbase now, which recently added the feature, but their trading fees are insane, and so I couldn't recommend it. The others are much more competitive. Now, crypto futures may not be available for you. If you're in a country that allows it, then you can see the trading fees between these exchanges, or you might have to become a professional or accredited investor and do a questionnaire with the exchange before they let you trade. In any case, trading fees are much cheaper in the futures market, and futures are for more active trading. As you can see, the trading fee starts around 0.02% on all of the exchanges and then goes up to around 0.05%. Pretty standard amongst them. If you do move up to the next tier in terms of trading volume, you need to do this much trading volume, and then you can get these cheaper fees. You can see maker and taker fees are a little bit different for the futures market versus the spot market. BitGet actually let you trade the least amount before moving you up into that cheaper tier. However, there is no discount on trading fees with BGB token in the futures market that you do get in the spot market on BitGet. And for Binance, they take the discount just down to around 10%. For OKX, if you don't think you can do 50 million a month in trading volume, which is of course a lot, then you can buy 100 OKB as of making this video around about $5,000, something like that. And you can actually move down in your trading fees as well. So there are different options for the trading fees. Now, Coinbase, I think, are doing a promotion initially when launching Coinbase futures trading. But according to their fee schedule, it's literally exactly the same as the spot market, which for futures is crazy. And so you'll be paying a ton in trading fees. So I couldn't recommend using Coinbase here. By now, maybe a couple of the exchanges are standing out to you as being more professional, feature-rich, and very competitive on fees. There are some extras though, so we'll look at trading bots first. These can range from very simple bots that just automate our trading, for example, getting us good average prices for our trades, or buying crypto once a week automatically, to more active strategies. Now, these ones have pretty much the same bots. Coinbase doesn't have any bots, except for letting you automate your buyers once a week, so known as dollar cost averaging. For the other platforms, they're very, very in-depth. So for Binance, you have grid trading here, you have algo orders, which allow you to get decent average prices for larger trades, and then auto investing, where you can set up portfolios and you can auto invest in them, over periods of time. For OKX, they have a fantastic platform, different types of orders that you can trade, different ways of dollar cost averaging into more active trades. And something unique about OKX is the arbitrage bots. So you can actually set up more complex arbitrage portfolio trades, which are really interesting, and a lot of more professional traders would obviously go towards this. The arbitrage bots are fantastic on OKX, and I haven't seen them on any other of the platforms, which is why I just gave OKX excellent here just for having that extra feature. But if you're more of a normal trader and just wanting some simple dollar cost averaging or auto investing, the other platforms are going to be great for you. As you can see for Bybit, you can have your algo trades and some other position builders. So very good for there. And BitGet have this as well. So trading bots, you can have the more active grid bots, some, CTA right here, which is short-term strategies, and martingale, which again is a more active strategy. So in terms of the bots, I give it to OKX. The others are decent, and Coinbase just is nowhere to be seen. A feature where Binance and OKX really excel is their Web3 wallets. In your exchange application, at the top, there will be a tab that says Web3. If you click that, it will open up a blockchain wallet for you directly within your exchange application. From here, it's easy to get crypto from your exchange into a blockchain wallet and then use decentralized applications. It's easy, it's simple, it's convenient, and they use what's known as MPC wallet technology to make things really secure as well. This is a brilliant feature from Binance and OKX, which really is amazing. Binance's is brilliant, but OKX's is one of the best products I've used in crypto. Especially if you don't want to deal with many wallets, you can really easily use Web3 directly within your exchange app. Bybit don't have their own wallet, so you have to use third parties. BitGet do have their own wallet. It's called BitGet Wallet, I believe, but it's a separate application. It's not within the exchange. And Coinbase, they do have a brilliant wallet called Coinbase Wallet, but again, it's not in the application. It's a separate app and it doesn't use MPC. Coinbase do have a Web3 wallet within their application, but they own the wallet. And so it's not really yours, and it's very different to what Binance and OKX give you. It's really outstanding, and if you want to use crypto, I would highly recommend either Binance or OKX's Web3 wallets in any case, even if you don't use the exchanges. I'll leave links to all of the exchanges and the potential deposit bonuses at the top of the description and the other helpful videos in there as well. I'm James, this is MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.